Rollie on my wrist, diamonds up and down my chain. Cardi B straight stunning, can't tell me nothing. Bossed up and I changed the game. You screaming? It's my big bronze boogie got all them girls shook. My big fat ass got all them boys cook. Some dollar bills, now we popping rubber bands. Bruno sang to me while I do my money dance like. Flexing on the ground like. Hit that little John, okay. Oh yeah, we dripping and finesse and getting paid.
Hey Grand Ghetto fam, welcome back to our channel. We're back with you guys with another video, and today we'll be talking about relationship advice, giving our opinions. So today we have...
Okay, hey everyone, my name is Saskia and I'm a first year health education and behavior major.
Hey y'all, my name is Layla and I'm a first year political science major from Pompano Beach, Florida.
Hey, I'm Shakira Dancy. I'm a first year student athlete majoring in journalism, and I'm from Winslow, New Jersey. So, yeah.
I'm also from Pompano, by the way. Okay, so today, like Shakira said, we're going to be talking about relationship advice from our opinions. We're not only going to be talking about relationship advice on like with your significant other, but just like all your friends. And we're going to be talking about like some main points, and we hope you guys enjoy the video. So let's get started.
Yeah. So first of all, I want to say that like we're at a PWI, so all of our opinions are kind of based off that experience. So definitely you can tailor it to yourself and like your experience and where you are in life, but that's where like all of our opinions are coming from.
Right. So one of the points that we wanted to first mention was how making friends at a PWI or at any college is different from making friends in like a high school. You guys want to like talk about like some main points of like what makes it different?
Yeah, I feel like one huge point that makes it different is these are people that you like really just met. Like in high school, those are people who you grew up with, probably from elementary school, middle school, and on to high school. So you know them very well. But when you come to college, it's very different because you guys are kind of all in the same boat and you're kind of getting a fresh start for the next 40 years of your life, perhaps. So that's one main point I would point out that's different.
Yeah, I would say in college, friendships are less organic in high school because I think in high school you kind of like know when you connect with someone, you're like, oh, like we get along, that's my friend. Whereas in college, it's like, oh, like you might not necessarily connect with someone the first time you meet them. So it's a lot of like more effort and it's a lot more mature relationships on that end.
Right. And then like just to like wrap up that point, so like a major difference between like making friends in high school whereas making friends in like college is like being intentional in college. So like in high school, we spoke about this a little earlier. In high school, like those friends, like you might have grew up with them or they're like always in your face basically. Like you spend all day with them, like you're there for like 7 hours, you're in class with them, you're going to your next classes with them, you see them in lunch and etc. So you don't have to be as intentional, whereas in college, like there was no lunch break, there's like no lunch period where everyone's eating lunch at the same time. So like if you're not seeking like those intentional relationships, you won't make them. And like some practical ways to like seek those intentional relationships is just like to invite people to things that you're already doing. So for example, inviting people to like study with you, that's like an amazing way to make friendships. Inviting people to like work out with you, inviting people to like cook with you, do groceries with you. So like invite them into things that you're like already doing. And like then you don't have to like make an extra slot like just to like hang out with them. Does that make sense? I mean, you can do that, but like also do the things that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
And even if you're like about to go like grab lunch or dinner, like do you mind coming with me, go grab some quick dinner or lunch? It's like just a quick way to build relationships with people and taking the time to spend one-on-one time with people and not like in a large group.
Right.
And like another 2 key things that I want to say are these are the people that you're likely going to be having walking in your wedding. Like these are the people you're going to be doing life with. So I think it's important to just like make that effort and put yourself out there. And also it's important not to feel like you have to be around people all the time. Like I learned that quickly. Like I personally don't have to see someone every day to know that they're my friend. I like my alone time, but it's like it's the friendship beyond that. Like I have to see you every day. Like we have to do everything together. We have to be the same person. I think those are the best friendships.
And then we also wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about like significant other relationships, so that the relationships you have, you know what I'm saying? Like a relationship, because like you're in college, your parents are not here. You have the freedom to literally date whoever you want, do whatever you want. Cause like, but like, of course we want safe with whoever you're dating, and like of course like not lie to your parents, but that's up to like you what you decide to do. But so like we wanted to touch up on that a little, and how that like reflects at like a PWI or in college or in general. So what do you guys have to say about
Listen, I've like been through, I'm not gonna say I've been through a lot my first few months here, but I've been through enough.
60?
That's a whole nother conversation. But the advice that I would give is don't put forth energy that you're not getting. Give the same energy you're getting. So with that being said,
Don't let anyone like limit your worth.
yes,
Yeah.
always
You're
know your
worth it.
value. Yes,
Period.
always know your values. I'm gonna touch base on that in a minute. Y'all can see y'all.
So I'm single. So I don't know. I feel like some significant other relationships are a vital important, like part of your college experience. I definitely feel like I'm getting a holistic experience. I actually feel like I'm getting more of an experience. Like I don't want to say tied down because that's not what a relationship should be. But like I don't know. I'm very independent and I feel like I'm just free. Like I can do what I want. Like you know. I don't know. I love being single, so.
Okay, anyways. So my advice would be like to not let like whoever you're dating like become your life. Like don't depend on them for your happiness, and like don't like let all of your life revolve around them, because like at the end of the day, friendships and like this, relationships and like this, like in a blink of an eye, like the person could be gone. And like me personally, like the only person that you should be depending, like I'm a believer, so like I believe that the only person you should be depending on for your like your happiness is God. For you, that may like look different because you may not believe in like the God that I believe in, but like I totally don't believe that like your happiness should depend on anything like materialistic or like someone that can like literally be gone in a second. So like just like even finding happiness in yourself and like learning how to love yourself. I mean that doesn't mean like you can't be in a relationship obviously, but that also doesn't mean like only find your happiness in that person. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. So like just like find a healthy balance, like love yourself, learn how to like be alone sometimes, and then also like be in a healthy relationship. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll just say that like as Black women dating at a PWI it's a different aspect because we're at a PWI. So I'm just gonna say like you have to walk around. Like I personally don't have a preference when it comes to dating. Like I'm open to anyone.
Yeah.
And I love everyone, but like I love anyone. Sorry. I would say that like you do have to walk around thinking like, ooh, like if that's a white guy, does he date black girls? Or like even if that's a black guy, does he date black girls?
Yeah,
or it's like that second guessing that you have to do. So I'll say like navigating that, like it's a little like weird, but I haven't been like actively like seeking anything out, so I'm a little rusty, y'all, but but I mean, I don't know, just like keep that in mind that like you're at a PWI, it is like predominantly white, so don't be like looking for like your next like HBCU love story, because
it's not gonna, well it can happen, but it's not gonna look like the way like it does in the movies. Like it's not like that, like at all. And like you said something that I wanted to touch on, but I completely forgot, so if it comes back to me.
Oh, like I'm not knowing if that they're gonna.
Yeah, that. So like not knowing, like you walking around and like not knowing, like does this person like actually like black people or like black women, you know? So like I feel like sometimes like black women are underappreciated, but that's a whole nother conversation. Like that's gonna take probably
Stay tuned for our next videos.
Honestly, like we have to talk about that one. But like so like as a black woman, like know your value. Like if like someone doesn't want to date black women, don't think it's because you're not beautiful or because like you're not worth it. Because
as a person, period. Like
exactly
any person,
exactly.
Any gender identification, like any sexual orientation.
Exactly. Like you're worth it. Just because someone doesn't find interest in you doesn't make you like less beautiful or any less worth it.
To back that up, if you cannot love yourself, you cannot love anyone.
And you cannot be loved. You make it hard to like love you because you don't know how to love yourself. Yeah. So, you guys have anything else to say?
Like, definitely hit up the comments, like if you have any opinions, because we're gonna be talking about this more.
Any questions?
Yeah, any questions, any comments, like anything that like you agree with or disagree with, like challenge us. Like we want to actually engage with you guys. So.
I don't mind doing the Q&A on relationships. And
yeah,
stuff.
if you guys want that, like whatever you guys want, it's like supply and demand type stuff. Like
what y'all want, man?
It's what we give.
This is common justice.
So one of the last points that we're gonna talk about is we're gonna talk about diversity in your friend group, and then also family relationships. So we're just gonna like talk about them together, and that would be like our last point.
It's nice to have people outside of your ethnicity and race because
Definitely.
you don't know what you share with them.
Yeah.
You guys may have a lot in common. You may never know. They might even open up opportunities for you in the future,
Definitely.
like
Yeah.
say career-wise, or even like all these networking is always important anyway.
Yeah.
So like they may be able to like link you with somebody who can help you like very like tremendously in the future. So
Yeah.
that's what I think.
Yeah, definitely college is a lot about like growth and putting yourself out there. And coming from like a predominantly black area, like coming here was like, I would say a huge culture shock.
For me, it was like I came to first this, I was like, where is the people that look like me?
But like, I mean, okay, yeah, I guess kind of a culture shock, but it was definitely like easy for me to just be like, oh, like these people that look like me, I'm just gonna hang around with them.
Yeah.
But I feel like my experience was like amplified more by like looking at other people, and like I've learned so much about other cultures, and that's something that I really enjoy. So definitely like put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And I can say a way to do that is like joining like organizations,
Right,
like
definitely.
going to events that other organizations are putting on. So
Yeah.
keep that in mind.
So like just to piggyback on everything that she said, definitely like I believe like one of like the most important things about attending a PWI like as a black student is not like only hanging around people like your color. Like go out, make friends with like people that don't look like you, people that are not a part of like your ethnic background, people that you may think like you would never be able to get along with, but like literally those people can like end up being like your best friend for life. Because like just because you don't look like someone doesn't mean like you can't like connect with them on like a personal level, you know?
Yeah.
And like Layla said, a lot of my experiences have been amplified because of like friendships between like people that don't look like me, you know? And like organizations that I've joined that like don't have like a lot of people that look like me. Like I thought like I wouldn't like them because like there's no black people, but like it's still like amazing. I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah. And then like Layla also said, like a way to like diversify your friend group is by going out there and putting yourself out there. So like joining organizations, finding study groups, all those little things will like help you like build friendships between people that do look like you and then people that don't look like you also.
Yeah. And on to family relationships. One thing that you guys may not think we talk about, but family relationships is very important.
Definitely.
And like it's important to stay in touch with your family while you're away, because if I was a mom, I'd be like, why isn't my child calling me? What's going on? What's happening? But yeah, so stay in touch with your family and call them every now and then, at least once a week. At least like if they have an Instagram, comment under their picture or something.
Or something, exactly. For me, that's been very difficult for me because I'm not good with like texting back or like being on the phone for a long period of time. So like my mom like often like tells me like, hey, like you're not calling me, like why aren't you calling me? And it's not because like I don't love her, obviously I love my mom, she's my mom. And like it's not because like I don't want to talk to her, it's more so because like I don't know, I don't want to put in the effort to send a text message, which is horrible. But I'm working on it. And honestly, I believe Layla has the same issue. Not to put her out there, but like something that we can do is like keep each other accountable to like text our parents, or like call our parents, like so like find yourself accountability partner when you come here. Like, hey, did you call your mom today? Did you call your dad today? Did you call like your auntie today? Like whoever, like accountability partner. Like honestly, accountability partner works in everything in college. Study everything, literally.
Yeah.
So like even create an accountability partner with like touching bases with your parents because that is so important. Because at the end of the day, like friends can only go so long. There's some things that like your family will do for you in a heartbeat that friends will never do for you. So like
forever.
exactly,
Yeah.
family is forever. Like you could be fighting your family this day, next day. Like you guys are blood, and like you guys are gonna help each other because you guys are blood. Period.
And I do want to say along with that, it's important to like create boundaries like with your family because like you are growing and maturing as a person. And like, I don't know, I just think boundaries, like, your family's amazing, like your support system. Like I'll say my family's super close and like we love each other, but I'll say like, I don't know, as a person, like there's personal boundaries that you want to like create. Like I can't even think of an example, but like it's just an important thing. Like I just will, like I'll say like for one, like my parents, I don't like them yelling at me. So like if we're gonna be talking on the phone and like we're disagreeing, I'd rather like not talk to them right now and be like, you know, like rather than having that type of thing.
And then, so like another example is like with money, because in college you get these things called refund checks, and like if you have like a lot of scholarships, they may be like really fat refund checks. And like my mom knows about like my refund checks, and like a lot of times, like like I don't know, with like personal boundaries, I'm not gonna put my mom out there, but like personal boundaries would be like not letting like your family know exactly how much money you make, or like if like I don't know, it may tailor to you, like just so they're not like pushing on your finances. So, I don't know if that makes any sense. If that makes sense, like just so they're not like
yeah, it's okay to give to your family, but don't let them depend on you.
Exactly, and like don't
and you don't have to feel bad about it.
Exactly, don't feel like you're responsible for like providing for your family, because you're not. You're a child. Your refund check should be like used to like sustain you for the whole semester. You should be able to budget it well. Of course, give to your parents. I give to my mom. I love my mom, but like at the end of the day, like I can't just give her like everything, because at the end of the day, like she's my mom. She's supposed to be providing for me. And of course, like I can give to her, but like I don't want to feel like pressure to have to give to her.
Yeah, and also to follow that, don't let your parents baby you. I know somebody, Tipsy, not gonna say anything, but like they let their parents baby them. They let their parents baby them. They go to their parents for everything, and it's not, you're not grown, sweetie. You came here to grow up. So don't let your parents baby you. Learn how to be independent. But keep in touch.
Yeah. So
it's
like,
a lot of navigating. Like,
definitely.
I'll say we don't got it all figured out, but
yeah.
And like, don't feel like you have to have it all figured out.
You don't. It's like a learning process.
Yeah.
Exactly. You'll be fine.
That's for everything though. Like, don't think you have to have it all figured out. Because trust me.
Honestly, there'll be like 30-year-olds like have a job, everything, don't have it all figured out. I don't think no one ever has it all figured out.
Yeah. I definitely came here, not gonna lie, came here knowing, thinking I had it all figured out, and I did not.
Yo, listen,
That tissue box was right there on my windowsill. It's okay.
Have your mental breakdowns, cry if you need to, but anyway, that's a whole other conversation. But we know like throughout this video, like we touched on like many things. So like if you have any questions about what we said, any comments about what we said, please post your comments below. Just to like update you guys, our next video.
Click that like button.
Subscribe, share, listen.
Everything. Listen, trying to go
Spread that GG love.
Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. And like, comment, and subscribe.
And our like Instagrams will be in the description, not the bio. So definitely hit us up. GG love. We love y'all.
Any questions? DM me. They're open.
Ask questions, because I really want to.
Please.
Thank you. Bye.
Hello, my name is Saskia.
Are you like practicing your ears?
Yeah, okay. You start baby shark, baby shark, baby shark.